Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard, here to review the new fantasy epic action film, Warcraft. A couple disclaimers. First of all, I had a roommate for 6 years who played nothing but World of Warcraft, maybe 15 hours a day. In fact, he was one of the top players in the world. I'm not kidding. And I tried to find the video. If you see it playing, I found it. If not, sorry. But he would just constantly play, not only with his friends, but from people all over the world. I mean, and then you watch that famous South Park episode, you know, where they were playing Warcraft, you know. So it is a worldwide phenomenon. So it was only made sense, like they did with Angry Birds, right? They're going to make a movie out of it. So I really don't know anything about World of Warcraft, except going back 30 years, when I was in junior high and high school, yes, I role-played Dungeons and Dragons. We did Warhammer, not Warcraft. We did Middle Earth. We did all these, you know, these interactive games where you would, some of the best summers of my life in junior high and high school, we would spend summers playing Dungeons and Dragons and going on these incredible adventures. And of course, we used all the different dice and we generated characters, and I had the original monster manuals and everything that Gary Gygax did for Dungeons and Dragons were worth a lot of money now. So I basically understand what World of Warcraft embodies, but I never played the game. So saying that, going into the movie, I understand the fantasy element. I understand what orcs are. I understand everything, you know, especially with Lord of the Rings and being a big fantasy geek myself. But the drawback is, unless you're a fantasy fan, unless you understand that fantasy world, Warcraft is going to be a total mystery. It's going to be just, you're going to be scratching your head. I was scratching my head because I understand that it's based on an incredible popular game from Blizzard and 10, 15 million people, huge worldwide popularity. But you got to understand that we kind of got dropped into this movie. I mean, it seems like parts of the movie were missing. You know, the movie's what, hour and 40 minutes, hour and 45 minutes? It seems like it should have been 3 hours, and it would have made more sense because there are times where we even teleport in the movie. It feels like we were teleported to a scene or a group of people or a land that, well, wait a minute, where are we? And we're all just expected to understand what's going on. Overall, I was really impressed with the movie. I heard all kinds of bad press for it. You know, I heard all kinds of things that the movie was just boring, the pacing, but you know, I found the total opposite. I was totally enthralled by the movie. I really was. And I wrote down some of the characters because I don't have the greatest memory when it comes to fantasy movies. You know, well, basically the movie, let's set up the movie. You have the orcs who are on a different plane, on a different reality, a different world, and their world is destroyed. And they're coming into this world where the humans are, and they're going to conquer. And of course, you have all the different realms, and you have all the different types of creatures, from human beings to I guess it looked like elves and dwarves and every kind of fantasy race you can think of, all must come together to fight this orc invasion. And we have Durotan, who's like the main orc, who's like a chieftain of the frost wolves or something. Really cool. And when you see him at first, you kind of think in the trailer, you're like, wow, that looks corny, that looks cheesy. But you know what? Really good character, really fleshed out. You actually have feelings for an orc because he understands that he must work with the humans in order to survive. Because their orc leader, this guy who dabbles in black magic, he is destroying not only their old world, but he's destroying the new world they inhabit. So Durotan, which by the way I get when I put on Coppertone, sorry, bad joke. He understands that he must work with the king and work with the humans in order to coexist and live happily ever after. The movie also has all kinds of cool magic in it, because I used to, play a magic user. I used to play Magic the Gathering. Yes, I know that. You think, oh my God, Jeff, you're so old. Yeah, but you gotta understand, this stuff's been around for 30, 40 years. 30 years, 35 years, and Magic the Gathering. I played that 20 years ago. I had all my decks, had everything, but after I saw 40-Year-Old Virgin, I just kind of put all that stuff away. So I love the use of magic in this. It looks cool. It looks like the magic really works because, they could just, it looks like you're playing the game for real up on the big screen. A lot of credit has to go to Duncan Jones, the director. He spent 4 years on this movie. Did you see one of his past films, The Moon? Oh my God, it's so good. He's a really good director, and I was really impressed with Warcraft. For someone who doesn't understand fantasy, for someone who doesn't understand role-playing and Warcraft and all of that, you can really make fun of this movie. I mean, it just, sometimes the movie borders on being ridiculed, a la Mystery Science Theater, because sometimes it's just, if you don't take it seriously, when you see Ben Foster as the Guardian trying to sum up magic, you can really start making fun of it. All kinds of jokes can start going through your head. But if you treat it seriously, then you have a really good adventure. Now, is it the greatest film in the world? No, because it does have some slow parts. The pacing does have some problems with it. There does seem to be parts of the movie missing. The director, I think, announced there's going to be a director's cut. But overall, this is a pretty damn good fantasy film. All right, so check out Warcraft. Remember, only if you're a fantasy person, only if you understand what you're getting into. I don't think the average moviegoer would enjoy it because I think it's a little fan-friendly. It pays a lot of props to the fans of this game because there's a lot of things I'm like, what? Huh? I didn't understand that was going on. But it didn't detract from me because I understood, being a lifelong gamer, you know, from the old days, I enjoyed it thoroughly. All right, for more reviews and interviews, surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Also, if you're watching via YouTube, thank you very much. Please comment below. What's your favorite role-playing game? Did you play Dungeons & Dragons? Can I say that? Did you play Dungeons & Dragons? Let me know what your favorite character was. I always played a halfling. I always was cooking for people, for our group. Comment below, thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard from Las Vegas. I'll see you next time.